Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I bring you a true story, and it's long overdue. I haven't uploaded a true story to that playlist in quite a while. Anyways, today's true story is from a long time ago, and it was someone who I thought was my friend. I was 14 years old, and I befriended this young girl. She was 2 years older than I was. So I was 14, she was 16. And she always made fun of me because I don't know about anywhere else, but back in the days, to be 14 and still be a virgin was like, I don't know, it was like a laughing matter. Anyways, it really didn't bother me that much. One day we were in the Claremont section of the Bronx, and she was talking to some guys that had some jackets, some funny jackets. I later found out that those guys were in a gang. Actually, they were grown men. They were older men, beards and everything. I think it was a motorcycle gang. But anyways, she told me she had to go upstairs to this building to use the bathroom. So she told me, come on. And I told her, no, wait for you outside. And she insisted. So I said, okay, come on. I told her I might have to use the bathroom also. That saved me later on. While we were going up the steps, she ran ahead of me. She was horseplaying with the men. And one of the guys stayed behind. And he pulled me to the side on the steps, in the stairwell, and told me, listen, they're going to run a train on you. And I said, what's that? And he looked at me, he said, they're going to rape you. So running a train is a gang rape. And I got scared, understandably so. And he told me there's more guys coming up behind us. So I went like this. He said, when we go upstairs, when we go inside, say you have to use the bathroom. I'm going to go in before you. Let me go in before you. I'm going to unlock the bathroom window. It has a fire escape. He said, when you go in that bathroom, climb out, run, and don't look back. When I got inside the house, sure enough, other guys came behind. I don't know, there were maybe like 40, 50 men. So my so-called friend never did use the bathroom. So I said, I have to use the bathroom. And I went right after that guy told me to go after him. So he had already went in the bathroom. He announced he was going to go in the bathroom. He went. And I waited like maybe a few seconds. And I said I had to use the bathroom. And they told me it's right over there. And I went in the bathroom. Sure enough, the window was unlocked. I climbed out. And I did as he said. I ran and didn't look back. The next morning, my friend's brother came knocking on my door asking me where she was. And I said, isn't she at home? And he said she never came back yesterday. I later found out that she offered me up. Excuse me. And they were all excited because I bumped into that guy that told me about the window. I bumped into him later on when I was in high school, senior. And he told me that all of them were excited because I was a virgin. And he said it was not going to be pretty. I weighed like maybe 87 pounds at the time. Oh my goodness gracious. You know, like who does that, right? But anyways, he told me that I'm lucky that I got away. So back to the brother, the girl's brother. He told me, where did you guys go? And I told him, well, to Claremont. And he told me, could you show me where? And I went with him. And I showed him the apartment door. And he just pushed in. And I got curious and I walked behind him. I never seen so many naked bodies in my life. And she was there. And it smelled really bad. Anyways, the guy told me that they got so upset that I had gotten away. They ran a train on her all night. You know, for people that say, why do you have such trust issues? Needless to say, I stopped trusting her, of course. And it's incredible, man. I think about it, and there's evil people out there. That's why that previous chit chat I uploaded, where someone's son died of an overdose and another one was murdered. That's why I speak to you guys and say, watch your children. Speak to them, actually, not watch them. Speak to them. Teach them right from wrong. You know, my parents did, and I still thought this girl was my friend. I was very naive, and maybe it's because my parents were at work too much, or no, they did speak to me. They did speak to me, which is why when that guy from the gang told me what was gonna go down, I believed him. And yeah, I was very afraid. And a lot of these young adults, these young men and women, think that they're with a friend. People throw that word around much too freely for my taste. I'm sorry, that's just me, but yeah. Before that, my friends were all from the LGBT community, and I never had problems. I was never made fun of, never called names. I was by the straight people in my neighborhood. They called me I can't even say it, but it's what they were describing a straight person hanging out with a gay person. Anyways, yeah, this female that I'm referring to in the story, she passed away years ago. She died of AIDS. She was heavy into drugs. And she left behind a bunch of children. Her firstborn was, I think she was 15. Yeah. So back in the days, to be 14, 15, 16 and still a virgin, you'd think that would be a good thing, right? But, well, I never really thought about it. But thinking about it now, why wouldn't that be a good thing? Apparently not, right? So yeah, I shortened it quite a bit. And I never forgot that day. Never forgot that day. The fear. I was running. Wow. And that is why I told even my sons, when you go out to a club, if you set your drink down and you go dance on the floor, when you come back, if that drink is still there, it's not yours anymore. And if someone buys you a drink, if you didn't, just to teach your children, common sense doesn't cost a dime. It really doesn't. Don't be where you know you don't belong, where you know you shouldn't be. Like, I've been to a hotel before with my husband after we were married. You know, because when you go to a hotel and it's with a, let's say, significant other or your husband, it's usually called a honeymoon. And, you know, you're going to behave as married people do because you're in a hotel, right? Unless you go, like when I was in the Army, if I had a day or two off, and that was not enough time for me to come get on a plane to New York, I just, because in barracks, there's really no resting, there's no sleeping. They turn on the big lights, they're slamming lockers and all this. So what I would do is I'll go to a hotel so I can get rest, take a shower, and get some much needed rest, especially after pulling guard. But yeah, those are the times I went to a hotel. And the only time I was ever in a hotel room with a man, one man, much less a whole bunch, was with my husband. And I was his wife already. And you got to speak to your children and Stress the importance of being safe, staying safe, and being aware of the surroundings and being aware of who they're around. I've heard stories of people that grew up with other people and they got done dirty like that. And it happens. Just use your better judgment. Teach your kids to think, to use their better judgment. I just recently found out a story about a Kanika Jenkins. I don't think it's a new story though. I think it's old. But and let me tell you something. I'm 56, and when I was growing up, there were those whole parties. They were going on. I just never been to one. So that's nothing new. That's not something the kids are starting to do now. No. And it was very unfortunate, you know. She took a drink that was poured somewhere else in a room filled, from what I saw, because I saw some videos, there's a lot of guys there, a lot of young men, a lot. I mean, there was not even any space to dance, you know? Like, you want to dance, you go to a club, right? And get on the floor and do your thing. Really, there's no way you're going to dance in a hotel room. And when you add drugs and alcohol to the mix, you know, my sister once told me, you were such a strict parent. Of course. Like, I'd have paid one of my kids living with me at 19 years old, leaving at past 10 o'clock at night to go where? Are you serious? No. And us females, we should be able to dress the way we want, wherever we want. But unfortunately, we live in a society that labels us. And it is a reflection of how you carry yourself. You know, you go to a hotel, dress a certain way, people are going to get a certain idea about you. It's just true. It's the way it works. Teach your daughters to carry themselves with self-respect and dignity, to respect their bodies, and to think before they go running after a crowd or whatever. That is the big thing. That is the big thing. And that's what almost happened to me at that building. My father told me so many times. I never told my parents about what almost happened. They'd never let me out again. But yeah, he always told me, don't be a follower. He told me, you're a smart girl. He told me this a lot. He said, do not be a follower. Be a leader. Do your own thing. Don't follow other people's ideals or behaviors. It's going to get you into trouble. And yeah, he was right. And it's still true. When you want to be like down and in with the crowd, you'll find yourself in a lot of trouble. It's so unfortunate. And that's why I speak directly to the parents. Have serious heart-to-hearts with your children. Establish that relationship from the get. You are the parent, and they are your child. That is not your buddy, old chum, old pal. No. I mean, if they need to come to you with anything, that's awesome if they can speak to you about anything. But these are our children, not our friends. Okay? And when you have a relationship with your daughter, where you both dress provocatively and go to the clubs, I've done it. I've gone to a club with my daughter, my oldest daughter. Well, she doesn't dress that way anyways. Yeah, we had a great time. Karaoke and everything. There was no drinking, because she doesn't drink, I don't drink, so. But anyways, you can still have a good bond, a close relationship with your children. Just don't take it too far with that buddy. You're my chum, pal, buddy. And have some set rules and speak to them. For crying out loud, speak to them. about safety and thinking and consequences. You know, by the time I was 19, I was in the Army for 3 years already. It was going on 3 years, excuse me. Yeah. I had no time to run around behind anyone else because when I joined, it was a delayed entry program, which means you join in high school and they just wait for you to graduate and you leave. I left 3 days after graduating high school at the age of 17. It was either that or college, and I wanted to do that first. Like Mom says, like Mom has always said, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Have a plan. Have some sort of plan. You're in high school. What are you going to do after high school? What? Be like life's one great big giant party? You have so much time to have fun. And who's to say you can't have fun in what you're doing? Like going to college or joining the military, if that's your thing, or taking a trade. Have fun. You don't have to follow a bunch of people around or a person around. You don't have to dress in a way that calls a lot of attention, negative attention, and behave in a negative manner. You really don't. That's why I said teach your children the importance of self-respect. I don't know. I see so many of these young adults. Like when I get up to get a bottle of water at night, the latest I've gotten up is at like 1:40. Get a drink of water and glance out the window. That's all you see out there. I'm like, what in the world is calling your attention like that out there? It's really, there's nothing out there but trouble. I mean, there's people out there, granted, people that are coming out at that time of work, people that are going to work at that time. Then you have the ones that are doing nothing but, whether they realize it or not, they're looking for trouble. It's just sad. So sad. Anyways, that was my true story with some little advice. You don't have to take it. You don't have to do anything I say. Do some research. Think about your relationship with your child or your children. Don't we owe it to ourselves and to our children as parents and them as our children to do the best we can do? I understand no parent is perfect, except for God and Mary, right? Yeah. But we can do the best we can. We can avoid having to bury our children as teenagers, young adults, because by the time you reach 19, basically, yeah. So that was my true story about my fake friend. She was really not my friend. I learned really quickly. You didn't have to tell me twice. I never went anywhere with that young girl ever again. And I went back to hanging out with the crowd. Well, not hanging out. Well, when I came out of school, who I walked to the train with, yeah, it was members of the LGBT community. That's what I mean by hanging out. I really didn't do the hanging out thing. I didn't wander around the streets aimlessly, doing a lot of nothing. I just didn't. It's because my parents were very strict. And I had tons of homework to do and a lot of studying and get my clothes ready for the next day for school. Sometimes I had to cook and I'm just busy. If I had it all to do all over again, would I do it differently? Like, would I want to hang out all over the streets, getting negative attention and doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do, stuff I had no business doing? No, I'll do it the same all over again. Exactly. I'll respect my parents. I'll respect myself. Yeah, do it all the same. Anyways, yeah, that was my true story. A little bit of advice. Like I said, you don't have to take it. Just think about it. Thank you for listening and watching. And I hope you got something out of this true story. And yeah, God bless you all and your children. Until next time, God willing, may you all stay blessed, beautiful, and shine.